Peace, dreamers. Welcome to another beautiful moon day, another beautiful Monday. We're gonna get back into it. We're gonna tune back into this lunar energy and see what Luna wants us to really gravitate and draw our attention to over this next 7-day cycle. Of course, we have some beautiful tunes in the background. Per Luna herself, she always guides us to the musical feels, what we need, right? So, you know, this moon day, we're really gonna get to the roots, to the core of things. You know, it is March 1st. Happy March, happy March. Spring is right around the corner. We love it, we love it. So today we're gonna get into and tune into, right at the top of the month, right at the start of the month, what is blocking us from our full expression? What is blocking us from our truest expression? What is blocking us? Because we're right at the top of the month. We want to start off clear. We want to start off clean. So let's just get to the root of it. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's see what's blocking us, what is going to help propel us forward, and any advice, any guidance that we have right now. So, you know, we're going to dive right in. We're going to dive right in, and we're going to take a look at what is blocking us emotionally that we can really begin to dissect, clear, right here, right now, right at the start of, wow, right at the start of March. Right in the beginning, we're going to look at the blocks, clear them, cleanse them, and move forward. Move forward. Let's get one at a time. I can already clearly see what's what collective blocks and individual blocks that we are dealing with. Some residuals, definitely. But you know, we're right on the precipice of something new blooming. Of course, that comes out right when I say something new blooming. You know, March, we're gonna roll right into spring, roll right into a rebirth season. So what are the last things that we need to clear before we get into this season of rebirth, right? Be happy, happy, happy March. Let's get one more. Love it. Loves it. Come on. Okay, how many times have we talked about stepping into our goddesshood in the past few weeks? How many times have we talked about eliminating all the things that do not make you feel ultimately in your power, ultimately in your truth, like the god or goddess, king or queen of your own personal universe? Well, that's still the underlying message. Literally, the Empress is here saying, sit upon your throne. So clearly we're going to look at the last few blocks that are stopping us, because here's the thing, we may have already sat upon our throne, so to speak, but we're not really seated comfortably upon it. There's still something that's just like, oh, I don't really know if I can get comfortable on the throne yet. What if this, what if that, what if this? So that's exactly where the blocks we're going to look at, but it's still, you know, spirit saying you deserve to sit upon your throne. Here's the final things that are blocking you. Let's clear it out so we can finish this rebirth process. So the first thing that came out, we have the Eight of Swords. And if you look at this clearly, yet she's surrounded by all these swords, all these seeming things that could hurt or block or you know, hinder her progress. And she has like these ties around her arms and this blindfold and all this stuff. She's just like, oh my God, I don't know what's around me. I don't know what's ahead of me. But if you look closely, you can see that the ties around her arm are not tied at all. They're just like laid over her arm. So this is literally all about illusion. This is all about illusion, creating these false illusions in your mind of things that will hurt you, things that will harm you, things that will block you from your greatness, from your expression, from your truth. Being caught in the illusions in the mind, it's amazing. I was just talking on the aspect of illusion earlier today in my private group, talking about releasing all the illusions and illusions are just projections in the mind that we project outward and cast upon our physical reality. So we definitely have to start clearing all these illusions, all these seeming blocks, all these ties and chains and shackles that we seem to have around us, but in actuality it's just us projecting them from our very own mind, from our own insecurities, from our own unhealthy defense mechanisms. And we were saying, this came out when I was saying, you know, we need to see what's going to bloom for us. And then what came out is the Seven of Pentacles. And as you can see, she's watering her seed. She's doing the work. She's nurturing that which she has planted for herself. So this is saying, you know, there's always seeds that we're planting within ourselves. There's always ideas, there's always inspiration, there's always something that wants to come to fruition and creation from inside of us, but we need to nurture it. You know, it's like, are we cultivating the right internal, external, etheric conditions for our seeds to grow into something fruitful? You know, are we realizing that seeds have like an intrinsic coding, you know? Like an acorn wants to be an oak tree. That's its intrinsic coding. So what seeds have you planted inside of yourself? You know, and are you giving and nourishing or giving the proper environment for them to flourish, for them to grow? Or, you know, are they just kind of depleted within you? So doing the work, nurturing the seeds within, moving out of all the illusions of your mind that, oh my God, my seeds won't grow. Let go of the illusion and nurture what you've planted within yourself, you know? That's a major block. Illusion is clearly the block, and the perhaps lack of nurturing the seeds that you've already sown within yourself. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, okay? So the last card we have is the Hermit. And this is all about your internal world. This is all about going in and contemplating and reflecting and finding the wisdom within, finding the seeds within, cultivating, nourishing them, really getting to know them and looking within, reflecting. You see her reflecting in the mirror. Contemplation. So this energy, I feel like, can go two ways. It can go in the aspect of going within and finding those illusions, finding all those delusions that you've created in your mind, pulling them out, getting them out, calling them out in all the ways necessary, and giving life and nourishment to the things that actually you want to see grow within. The other way I see this is too much inner reflection, too much living inside your own mind, living inside your own psyche, living inside your own emotions, you know, almost literally hermiting yourself away from the world because you've gotten comfortable within your own uncomfortability on the inside. You know, it's like, although things can get a little scary in my mind and my emotions, at least I know it's my own fears, insecurities, illusions, delusions that I'm creating in my own mind. So although I'm uncomfortable in here, I'll stay in here because I'm familiar with it. This is also saying to come outside of your inside world. It's all about balance. It's all about harmony. You know, it's all about living, of course, abundantly and lush and lavish, but not isolating yourself. Realizing that there's a whole world for you to enjoy, fruits for you to eat, sun for you to bathe in. And this can be, you know, with other people. It doesn't just have to be you and your internal world all the time. So this Hermit, I feel like, is definitely speaking of, yes, you need to go inside and call out your illusions and water your seeds. That work takes place inside. But then afterwards you come out and you reap the rewards, you share the fruit, you bask in it together, you know? It's like, it's not always going to be an internal thing. So I think this is amazing. Luna and Spirit are making it very clear for us to get out of our own illusions in our minds, to get out of our own heads, to get out of our own ways, nourish the things that we want to see grow, and, you know, don't get lost in your own reflection. Don't get lost in your own reflection. So we'll get some guidance. And today I was feeling very inspired. You know, a few days ago when we were tuning into Mercury, I was just talking about all the magic I've been feeling in the air. And with that, we're gonna get some fairy guidance. You know, these little beings of light, these little entities that can see, you know, from different higher perspectives than maybe we're able to. So we'll get a little playful guidance from the fairies, from the fae, from the magical world, and say, okay, now that we can see what our blocks are, since you beings are made of light and playfulness and joy, what guidance do you have for us? What guidance do you have over this next 7-day lunar cycle so that we can become more playful, become more comfortable, seated and rooted in our own grace and authority, love, you know? Wow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So what came out is the feline. And this character really talks about finishing what you started. And we talked about this a few weeks ago about, you know, finish chewing your food before you begin to speak. You know, don't talk with your mouth full. And the feline is kind of reiterating that message of finish what you started, you know. And I love this because, you know, this is talking about nourishing the seeds that you've already sown, you know, continuing to nourish the seeds within so that you can reap the fruit. Now, if you continue to just keep planting seeds everywhere, every day, you're just like, oh, I got these new seeds, let's plant them. You're never going to reap the fruit. You're never going to reap the rewards. So finish what you started. You know, be consistent. This is definitely, you know, a creature of like, finish what you started, be consistent in your doing and reap the rewards of it, because, you know, the more scattered we are, the least we're going to be in a place of abundance, because, you know, we need some flow, we need some consistency, we need some harmony and completion to reap the rewards of anything. So I love this guidance. I feel like it's short, sweet, and simple. Finish what you started. Whatever seeds you have in the ground, continue to nourish them until you see the budding of those first fruits. And here we are, March 1st, you know, just a few days away from the spring equinox, which spring, that's my favorite season. So there's much fruit to be had. So like this next 7 days, let's really focus on the seeds that we've put in the ground, dispel and cast away all the delusions and illusions that we've created in our mind, and bring the inside outside, sharing it, reaping it, and you know, begin to make it tangible. So I hope this definitely reached someone, touched someone, sparked a little something on the inside. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, Moon Day vibes, and until next time, my loves, later.